All right. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Hello. Hi, Jeremy. How are you?
Pretty good, Jeff. Good evening, everyone. How are you, Jeff?
I feel great. I feel wonderful.
All right.
Grabe, grabe itong guest natin tonight, ha? Talagang kakasimula pa lang. Hindi pa nagsisimula. 17 shares na. Okay?
Wow.
Kakasimula.
Hey.
27 views na. Wow, ha? Talagang celebrity. Celebrity teacher. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, as usual, like what we always do here, we always start by greeting everyone a good evening, no?
Yeah.
Deverly, yan. Oh, good evening sa'yo, Deverly. Yan, tinag niya yung co-teacher niya siguro to. Arnold, good evening. RG. Jen Manzanilla, good evening.
Good evening.
Gianan, good evening. Yes. Tina, good evening to you. Wow, dami Si Jackster, good evening to you. Mukhang hot topic tong Singapore math, ha? Jeremy, saan kaya nagsimula tong Singapore math?
Siguro sa Singapore. Ano tingin mo, Jeff?
Baka,
Ako sure.
Mamaya, napaisip ka ron, ha?
Oo nga eh. Ang Singapore map nga ba talagang galing Singapore?
Good evening, Sauro. Rina, good evening to you. Dondi. RG, good evening to you again. Does it provide? Only for paid training. Pero we're planning to do that, ha? Evangeline Jola, good evening to you. Kathleen, no? Si Songbal. Alright. Hi, Iris. Ayan. Hi, Iris. Isa siya sa I forgot which school, pero isa siya sa mga naging students ko before when I trained DepEd for their entrepreneurship training program, no? For the implementation ng K-12, no? Yan. Si Abigail, good evening, and si Danica. Yan. So, Jeremy, i-introduce ko na, no? Nasaan na ba yung kanyang profile dito? Hinahanap ko lang yung profile niya, but impressive ang kanyang profile eh. Ayan.
Yeah, impressive profile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, basahin ko lang ha. Our guest tonight is an educational psychology graduate from Salle University-Manila. Wow.
Wow.
She's teaching since 2008. Inalaman ko kanina, 10 years niyang ginagawa tong math. Okay? So kahit nakapikit, kaya niyang bumilang.
Ikaw ba? Magaling ka ba sa math?
She used to be a math coordinator in a progressive school in Mandaluyong for 5 years. Wow.
Wow.
She lives by the words, teaching is my contribution. All right. Sige, wag na natin patagalin. Without further ado, let's bring in our guest tonight, Miss Jonah Sarazpe. Good evening, Jonah.
Wow. Kaka-pressure.
Yan, nasa ating clap dyan.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening to you. Sige, Jonah, baka meron pa kaming hindi nalalaman dun sa mga binanggit ko kanina, no? Aside from being a, what do you call this? Been teaching since 2008, graduate ng Salle. What else? No? 5 years ka naging math coordinator for a progressive school. Sige, siguro ang una kong tanungin, explain muna ano yung progressive. Siguro, ganun muna. What is progressive? Ano ba siya?
Okay. Well, actually, in a progressive school, ano talaga, highly, parang, paano ba? Children are really the center of the instruction. So,
Okay.
actually, when you asked me to talk about the Singapore math curriculum, yun din yung one of the things na nagustuhan ko about the Singapore curriculum, the Singapore math curriculum. Because I learned, in a progressive school, I learned how to teach children based on how they are learning, not based on how I was taught how to teach. Parang ganyan. Kasi in other schools, napansin ko, parang mas nagfo-focus yung teaching sa skills ng teacher more than sa ability ng bata matuto. So that's also what I am hoping to talk about tonight when we talk about the Singapore's math curriculum.
Wow, okay
Alright.
Sige. So, yun ang perspective pala, no? Okay, so, please naman explain to us what Singapore math is. Yan. Kanina, binibiro ko nga si Jeremy, tinanong ko, saan ba nagsimula yung
Oo nga.
Singapore math? Ano ba? Ang tagal yung nag-isip. But anyway, tell us
Yeah.
something about Singapore math. Yan. Kasi marami kaming naririnig about it, no? Well, in my son's school, Singapore math sila. Na-familiarize ako din because of the school where you taught before. Pero for the benefit of the others, ano ba yung Singapore math?
Okay. Actually, the term Singapore math curriculum, if I'm not mistaken, mga non-Singaporeans lang yung nag-coin yung term na yan. Because in Singapore,
Oh.
they really just call it math.
Yeah.
Oo, kung paano natin siya tinatawag dito sa Philippines, math, no? Yung subject na math. So, tayo, bilang hindi tayo taga-Singapore, ni-label natin siya as Singapore math curriculum.
Okay.
In a nutshell, yung Singapore math curriculum is really the curriculum from Singapore, from the Ministry of Education ng Singapore. When I first heard of this curriculum, we had a Singaporean consultant. Sabi niya lang, it was formed because there was a need for it. They needed to up their economy. They wanted, kasi parang na-kick out yung Singapore ng Malaysia without Singapore wanting to be independent. Kasi sabi niya, sa Singapore daw, they barely have natural resources.
All
Sabi
right.
niya,
Okay.
when they were kicked out by Malaysia, even their drinking water was imported from Malaysia. So wala silang resources. So what they did, they needed to up their economy. Ang unang-unang tinarget ng government is to improve their education system.
Okay.
So yun. Nagustuhan ko sa Singapore curriculum is they really, like what I said, they really take into consideration how students learn. So yung mga guiding principles ng Singapore curriculum, hindi lang ng math, even their sciences. Math and science is actually parang naka-under one umbrella siya. Even their languages, it's really anchored based on the guiding principles kung paano ba natututo yung mga bata. So that's how really it started. Kung paano din na-form yung curriculum ng Singapore. What I like also about it is yung progression ng Singapore curriculum. Other teachers, actually, nung first time na na-encounter ko yung Singapore syllabus, just the topics, no? Sabi ko parang ang bagal. Tapos parang, kunyari, sa ibang syllabus or sa ibang curriculum, yung mga bata sa grade 3, nag-aaral na sila ng numbers up to 100,000. But in the Singapore curriculum, yung mga grade 3, mag-aaral pa lang sila ng numbers to 10,000. Example gano'n.
Okay.
So parang iisipin ng mga teachers, medyo mabagal siya or medyo mababa yung competencies niya compared to the others. But the Singapore curriculum is very deliberate. It's very intentional. Even the textbooks that they are using are very deliberate and very intentional also. So yun.
When you say intentional, deliberate, what do you mean by that? Paano?
Okay, I will give an example kasi dito na-amaze din ako. Unlike here in the Philippines that private companies can make publishers pala can make a textbook, tapos they can sell it to the schools. In Singapore, there are only approved textbooks per subject. Okay.
Okay.
Pag nakita natin yung mga textbooks, makikita natin may mga examples sila dun. By the way, what's also engaging about the Singapore textbooks are they are all very visually engaging.
Yes.
Diba? No? If you have seen what some schools are using, who are saying na Singapore curriculum yung ginagamit nila, you will see their textbooks are very thin, not intimidating at all. Ganyan, di ba? Tapos, if you will notice, in a page, hindi rin masyadong maraming items. So, even the position of the visuals and the words are, parang carefully crafted siya. Even the examples na binibigay nila. So, for example, yung fractions, it made use of, instead of raw egg, it made use of cooked egg. Kasi pag raw egg, hindi mo na siya maha-half. Pag na-half siya, wala na, sira na yung egg. Pero pag cooked egg, pwede mo pa siyang i-half. Ganon.
Okay.
Even the examples, the wordings, and everything else that you will see in the textbook are very, very much carefully chosen, and carefully crafted.
So talagang pinag-isipan ng malalim, parang gano'n.
Yeah, oo.
Okay.
So,
Jonah, my question is, you mentioned earlier that compared to regular math, it's kind of slower paced, or less congested when it comes to disseminating the information.
Yes.
Why is it more effective compared to regular math?
Okay. I guess paano ba? Maybe in jargon, they call it the vertical spiraling. So carefully selected, the topics are carefully selected per level, so that per level may focus. Okay? Example, yung whole numbers, we start that sa kindergarten. Although sa Singapore, kindergarten is technically still not part of, hindi pa siya part ng grade school. Parang ganyan.
Okay.
So anyway, sa kindergarten, they only have numbers 1 to 10. Yung 1 to 100 nila is really just rote counting. So children can count in sequence. Okay. Pagdating ng grade 1, they will still learn whole numbers, but it will now become 1 to 100. Yeah. Grade 2, magiging 1 to 1,000 na siya. Grade 3, 1 to 10,000. So the topics are spiraled. The topics are parang slowly yung progression niya, slowly, so that children will have a specific focus on a specific level. The implication of that is better mastery for the children. No? So parang hindi siya hilaw kapag tinatawag sa classroom.
It's easier to digest. Smaller
exactly.
are easier to take in.
Yes.
Okay. Hindi, at saka napansin ko, no, kasi in my son's school, Singapore math yung ginagamit nila. Mahirap sa kanya, halimbawa, grade 3. Mahirap sa kanya, first grading, mahirap sa kanya. Pero grade 3 siya, no, first grading. That will be the same topic when he's already grade 4. Babalikan nila ulit yon. Parang ganun eh. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
So, pagdating nun, madali na sa kanya. Kasi parang na-master na nila ng mahaba, no? So parang feeling ko, parang na-take na natin yan eh. No? Pero yun pala ang purpose nun. Is really mastery. Which I think, Jeremy, tama naman eh, no? I think very important yung mastery ng subject matter eh. Hindi yung parang kwento ko lang sa'yo, next year iba ng kwento. No? Parang may connection. So ganun ba yung Singapore, ma? Is it designed that it is connected at every level?
Yes, kasi as teachers, we also come into our classroom having the mindset that our children all have prior knowledge and background knowledge, at lahat yon gagamitan nila para matutunan nila yung bago nila na kailangan matutunan for the day. So children also learn, actually adults and children alike, we learn when we make connection. So tayo as teachers, we bank on the students' background knowledge when we enter the classroom. That's also how we start the lesson. Kaya in a Singapore, sorry, actually hindi ko alam kung ina-apply talaga siya sa Singapore, but at least from the school where I've been to, we start a lesson not by us demonstrating, let's say, a concept or demonstrating a process. It's really exploring, binibigay, parang free play pagka nagsimula. Because, yun nga, the mindset is, when children come in the classroom, may schema na sila, may alam na sila. And this is probably from from the previous year, or pwede rin from the previous experiences that they had, even inside or outside the classroom.
Wow.
Na-curious lang ako, no? As a method, iba ba to dun sa mga parang after-school program na may booklet, na may sinasagutan? Iba ba yan?
Well,
Is it different?
I've seen one booklet. I will not mention from where. Ang napansin ko lang, masyadong marami yung items for, let's say, for a booklet, parang masyado siyang marami. I guess because traditionally, educators, parents, or adults, children, no, naniniwala tayo na for us to master something, we have to do it again and again.
Right.
Paulit-ulit, and then gagawin mo siya ng maraming beses. The approach of this curriculum is quite different. It's not about how many, it's about how much you understand a specific topic. So minsan, it's not even 2 items, minsan isa lang. But children are really able to explore that isa lang, isang task na binibigay. So I guess the difference with those booklets na maraming items, children are taught to think mechanically. Okay, so which means alam lang nila yung step by step. And the struggle with that, or the problem with that rather, pag nakalimutan na nila yung step dahil hindi nila naintindihan, yun na, parang lost na yung mga bata. And that's not what we want our children to learn, right? We want them to be able to know what to do when they are in a situation when they do not know what to do. pag unfamiliar yung situation, they should know what to do. That's what we want to teach them in this curriculum.
Wow. So Jeff and Jonah, so in terms of breadth, it's narrower, right? But the depth and the application is more heartfelt when it comes to the student. Okay. So I'm kind of liking this. Okay.
Right. Now you're liking math.
Well, I've always liked math, Jeff, but math doesn't like me. Yeah.
It's the other way around, ha?
Yeah,
Jonah,
exactly.
dyan ka lang, saglit. Jeremy, bati muna tayo ulit, ha?
Yeah.
Mapapahinga muna natin na let's let Jonah relax for a bit, no? Sige, let's greet the viewers right now. Michelle Barredo, watching from Tarlac, good evening to you. Watching from San Pedro, Gianna. Oh, ito, Jeremy, ready mo na yung
Ayan na.
kiss. Ayan na. Ready na.
Our
Mahaba,
favorite.
Oh. Good evening, guys. Ayan na, Don. Mahaba yan, ha? Good evening, guys. Hello, everyone. Awaiting the kissy sound effect exclusively for me. Excited for tonight's talk. Yes. Ito, Jonah. Colleague mo siguro to. Kathleen Magbulay.
Yes, hi, Kath.
Hello. Si Keisha. Ayan. Good evening to all. Hello, Keisha. Ayan. Maraming nagbabate. Jan V. If you haven't shared yet, do click share. Ayan, share natin yung videos para maraming makapanood and maraming makaalam, no? Ng Singapore math. Vel, good evening to you. Glenda, good evening to you. If you have questions for Jonah, okay, just type it in.
Yeah, we are very interactive here, so you could type in your comments as questions, all right? Or rather,
Yes.
the opposite. your questions as comments. Yeah, there.
Si Judith Batino watching from Abra. Ang Santos, good evening. Salve Almonte, good evening. Beth, good evening. Oh, eto. Kasama mo rin siguro to, si Camille Habacon.
Hi, Camille. Yeah, she also used to teach in Keys. Long time ago.
Inabutan ko siguro siya. Hindi
Yeah,
siguro, no?
oo, yeah. 2008. 2009.
Yeah.
2009.
Yes. Si Jane Mempin, good evening. Sita Icaro, good evening. Marine Gamay, good evening. Cherry Ann, yes. Hello, Cherry. Good evening to you. Hi, Teacher Jonah. Ayan, si Jans Joaquin.
Oh, yes. Hi, Jans.
Yan, ha? Daming fans si Jonah. Oh, meron pa from Mindoro. Watching from Mindoro. Lizette, good evening.
Wow.
Si Bianca de Mesa, good evening. Ito, isa rin sa mga...
Yeah, she's also from Keys, Bianca.
Bianca, hello. Good evening to you. So, let's go back. All right. So, Jonah, nabanggit mo kanina na ang benefit nito sa mga bata ay mastery.
Yeah.
Okay? Is there a promise sa Singapore? I mean, di ba normally, kadalasan ng mindset natin, mag-aral kayo nito para gumaling kayo or magka-medal kayo. I mean, is that an objective of Singapore math? What is really I mean, sorry, no? Hindi parang not objective, but isa ba siya sa mga targets na kung bakit tinuturo ang Singapore math?
I mean, Jeff, are you saying that it's competitive?
Parang ganun eh. Oo. Is that to make them competitive? Yeah, probably that's a question.
Okay. Well, I'm not very sure about how competitive the students are in Singapore, but at least to that little community that I used to be part of, parang hindi.
All right.
Yeah, because if it is a competition between peers, maybe that's not the target or the objective. Yeah, it's really more ikaw, you want to learn. Yeah, you want to learn something. Is it mine? Okay.
Oh, which one? Okay. No, is it it's mine. It's my nagtunog siya. So okay. So it's not really for no. So ang purpose nun is for them to really love math. Ganun din ba siya? Or really for learning?
Well, loving math is one of the challenges ng any math curriculum, I would think. Kasi you know how we have a preconceived notion that math is difficult. So
Yes,
in this type of curriculum, kaya even adults, no, as parents din, parang ayaw mo turuan yung anak mo mag-math kasi parang feeling mo hindi mo siya matutulungan talaga. Parang
Exactly.
ganyan. But really, what the curriculum is trying to do is to make it equitable for everybody. Kaya nga before, when I also had a similar talk with some teachers from Cebu, one of the words that I use is it's really a curriculum for all because it targets every learner in the classroom. Yung struggling learner mo, there are kids who are struggling in a specific topic. They are able to do it because of certain factors of the curriculum. Your students who are meeting the standards, they thrive in this kind of approach. Your advanced students, they learn to challenge themselves. So this curriculum is really, parang what it really wants is to target or to reach every child in the classroom. May it be a classroom of 15, may it be a classroom of 50. No? So it wants to reach out to everybody. I guess what the approach does, it makes learning better for everybody. Yung parang ganyan. Yung gusto mong matuto. Yung ganyan.
Yeah.
Actually, when I first learned about this curriculum, one of my reflections was, sana ganito ko siya natutunan nung bata ako. Kasi parang dati nahihirapan din ako sa word problems, sa mga ganyan. Algebra, I remember the first time I had algebra, it was terrible. Umiiyak ako, nagpapatulong ako sa mga brothers ko, na walang patience sa akin, yung ganyan. So I wished I learned math this way. And now that I am the one teaching it, believe it or parang kailangan, ano siya it's really you wanting to learn more. I guess the motivation becomes more intrinsic rather than you want to get a higher grade.
Okay. Interesting, no?
So there is value to this. Diba? There really is value. It's not just academic or intellectual, but rather also in the schema of the students. Okay.
But Jonah, baka magre-request kasi ako ng ng sample from Jonah. Baka pwede na tayong pakitaan para at least for those na na bago sa kanila Singapore math, what makes it really different, no? Let's say bigyan kita ng ano bang pinaka-basic example that shows that how different it is from the traditional way of us doing math. Kasi alam ko, napansin ko, hindi ito masyado yung nagki-carry. Parang ganun di ba? Mas hindi siya nagaganon So, baka you can show us some samples.
Okay. First, Teacher Jeff, just to address the carry na word, the Singapore math, of course, still does that. It's still arithmetical math. Kung paano tayo nag-add, nag-subtract, it's the same. It's just that the curriculum is very careful about the words it uses. As much as possible, you make use of very of organic words. Kung ano yung ginagamit ng mga bata naturally. We call it natural language. Para madali lang siya natural language. So, hindi mo naman kineri nag-regroup ka. Yung gano'n.
I see.
Yun. Yeah, so if you look at the if you see the if you look at the math textbooks, wala kang makikitang carry na ginagamit na term, but it rather uses the term regroup para mas natural sa bata. Para oo nga kasi regroup mo yung tens, ginawa mo siyang 10 ones. Hindi mo naman siya kinary.
Kaya you know what happened, Jeremy, Jonah, nung ako nagtuturo sa anak ko, akong nahirapan. Hindi kami magkaintindihan. Hindi, you carry this
So you should have an agreement between you and your sons, Jeff, to have a common language, a common vocabulary. And that common vocabulary is, what was that again? It's not carry, but rather it's to regroup. Okay. Interesting.
Hindi na na-carry ni Daddy.
Okay. Sige, I can show you a sample.
Yes, please. Sige.
I can share my screen, right?
Sige. Please share your screen. Actually, habang nag-share si Jonah dito, hinahanap ko nga yung math book sila Wala pa rin pala rito nakatago sa taas Gusto ko sanang pakita Sige. While Jonah sharing, nagka-hi siya si Gray, si Teacher Gray. Ayan
Oh, hello!
Okay, Gray. Okay. Susunod ikaw, i-guest kita ha.
Oo, si Gray. Ano naman, reading and writing.
Oo, Gray Mag-ready ka na. Ayan, I'll share this one. Yes, I'll share this one. There.
Wow.
Yan, okay. What can you see? Sorry, because I can only see
I can see. We can see,
you can see. Okay. So, in our in this kind of approach, when we teach children how to so we say we teach children how to do math, because that's really what we want our students to learn, how to do the subject, because yan ang authentic, no? When children learn how to do it. In this approach, it's really less is more, which means children are given example, just one problem to work on, and then we explore different ways to do it. So an example is this one. This is probably a problem that you can give if your learning target is children adding 3-digit numbers. 3 numbers pala, not 3-digit numbers. So in this, merong mga circles na naka-ganyan. And then the task of the children is to put different digits, single digits, inside the circles such that the sum of the 3 numbers in a line will be equal to 17. Okay? Yeah. Recently, actually, I gave this to one of my students. Nagwa one-on-one kasi ako ngayon. So, binigay ko siya sa student ko. My challenge to her, she's an advanced student, okay? Yung numeracy skill niya medyo advanced than her peers. Comprehension skill is also quite advanced than her peers. What my challenge for her really is to create as many possible answers as she can. No? So, nag-try siya. Ang nakakatuwa sa kanya, ang unang-una niya sinabi sa akin, teacher, what I did, I put the highest possible single digit in the middle. Then I go and ask her, why did you put the highest possible? So the highest possible is 9 in the middle. She said, because if I put 9 in the middle, then I can make different combinations that will make 17. Okay, so in fairness, ang dami niyang nagawang strategy. While we are doing this, we didn't just end at learning what if I so parang nag-investigate pa kami further. So I said, if putting the highest possible number in the middle is a good strategy, what if we put the lowest possible digit in the middle? So, nag-isip-isip siya, dami naming tinitingnan. And then, by the way, in the Singapore math curriculum, we highly encourage mental math because it enhances your numeracy skill, your ability to manipulate numbers or manipulate quantities. Then she concluded and said, it's impossible for us to make a combination where you put 0 in the middle because there is only one combination, na 3 numbers, that will make 17. And that's just 9, 8, and 0. Then what happens? Wala kang malalagay dun sa ibang number mo. Yan. So if you notice in this, or wala kang malalagay sa ibang circles rather. So if you notice in this specific task, isang task lang siya for everyone. But it's naturally differentiated. Okay, what do I mean by that? When it's naturally differentiated, again, it targets your struggling kids. So your struggling kids will probably put random numbers inside the circles and try if it will work. Okay? So if you note, your struggling kids can do it. They will probably not be successful doing it on their own in the beginning. By the way, ang anchor task kasi, it's interactive by nature, it's collaborative by nature. We start the lesson with this, nag-e-explore pa lang sila. If this is a new topic to them, they are given manipulatives or they're given counters to help them or to scaffold their counting or to scaffold their addition. Your children who are, so going back to it being naturally differentiated, your children who are meeting the expectation, they can do this too. They will probably try one and then one strategy. If they are successful with that one strategy, they will find another one. And then in the case of the child who is an advanced learner, they will find a way to challenge themselves by nagka-come up na sila ngayon ng conclusion nila na it's only possible when you put the highest possible number, or perhaps they will change the number 17 to a different number and find, right? And they're still doing addition, no? They're doing addition. That's what we want to target, by the way. We want children to do addition. And in this very simple task, one task lang, everybody is doing addition. Everybody is adding. So at the end of the day, they may not be, some children might not be able to find a solution to it, na tama yung position ng numbers nila, but you target your skill. Na-achieve mo yung learning target mo for the day. You want children to add. So yun.
Yan ganyan, Jonah, for how old yan?
Okay, 3-digit number, siguro grade 2 or grade 3. I gave this to an incoming grade 4, and even if she's advanced, engaged pa rin siya dun sa task. Ginawa niya pa rin, pinush niya pa rin yung sarili niya to find multiple strategies. She even investigated on her own. So, yeah, I guess mga grade 2, grade 3, mga ganyan.
Jeremy, mahihirapan tayo dito, no?
I will
Uh,
stop sharing,
how,
okay? So I can see you. Pwede ba yun?
Sige.
how,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
by the way, Jeff, how different is this from your math when you were growing up? Because
Oh,
in my math, it's sort of almost there in between. How
oo
would
eh. Pero iba eh.
you?
It's different eh. Really, it's very, yung math na natutunan ko noon is really, yun nga, pag-add mo, hindi pa nga siya, I remember, visual lang siya nung kinder ako eh. Because you count what? You count, objects, no? So, when I reached probably grade 2 or grade 3, hindi na siya visual eh. You start solving problems already. At saka, very compartmentalized. You learn to add, and then you learn to solve problems. Hindi yung nire-relate itong problem solving dito. Kaya
Yeah.
hirap ako noon to solve problems, no? So each subject also before is compartmentalized, no? It's not related to one another. Pero napansin ko right now with especially with most progressive schools or at least semi-progressive schools, they relate one subject to the other. So it's not just that you're, let's say for example, in social studies, you're not just learning about, social studies, no? But you also get to learn how to argue, no?
Yeah,
To write, no? Oo. So pinagsasama na. Sandali Jeremy and Jonah, ang daming bumabati dito ha. Yan talagang celebrity celebrity teacher tong.
Hindi, like a question. Jeff.
Yeah, basahin ko muna. Tapos mamaya may papasok sa studio mamaya yata siguro. Parang para may magtanong. Ano na ba natin to? Si Keisha, si Claude.
Oh,
Proud of
wow.
you, Jonah.
Hi, Claude. Claude is my colleague now.
Oh, hi Claude. Nice to meet
Hello.
you. Guess natin yung ibang colleagues mo. Keisha, when I was in elementary days, my teachers used to say Carrie. Oo nga. If you have questions, sa lahat na nanonood, if you have questions, just type it there. Or if you want, just send us a PM if you want to join the conversation here to ask Teacher Jonah a question. Josh Cruz, hello Ate Jonah.
Hi, Josh.
Yan.
Wow.
Si Joella.
Yeah.
Yan.
Was also one of my colleagues before. Hi, Awi. Joella.
Good evening to you. Ito, basahin natin to. Ito, question from Kathleen. Hi, Teacher Jonah. How do you handle students if they enter the level without the necessary schema to understand the new lesson? For example, they came from a school that did not use Singapore math and transferred to a school that used Singapore math. Yes. Oh, very good. Nice question.
Yeah. Actually, yan yung parang isa sa mga kinakatakutan ng maraming teachers who are using the so-called Singapore math curriculum. Remember, have a mindset, I guess for the teachers, have a mindset that it's just called Singapore math curriculum, but it's the same math that we are teaching, that other schools are teaching. Taiwan, China, Hong Kong, Korea. I mean, we just don't call them Korean math curriculum. But it's the same math. So these children, ang mahirap lang, they probably don't have the same strategies or they don't think the same way as our students from the same school, but eventually they will. If you expose them problem solving, eventually magiging ganun na rin sila mag-isip. That's the challenge for many teachers actually. Kasi may mga batang dahil yung background knowledge nila or at least the foundation is already quite mechanical, mahirap na siyang i-break down. But in that case, what teachers can do is if hindi talaga siya makahabol sa class, what we do before, we really find time during the day. Minsan pinapapasok namin sila ng mas maaga just to expose them to, minsan ang hindi nila kayang gawin is to use the concrete materials that are in the classroom. Most of the time, they can understand the mechanical part of the lesson. They just don't know how to make connections between the concrete object to the abstract representation, to the number symbols.
Oo,
So
yun.
yun. Doon natin i-bridge yung gap. Yun.
I see. I see. Eto, nice. Good answer, no? Mas naiintindihan ko lalo. Very nice. Eto, imported. May babati sa'yo from the land of the rising sun.
Oh, let
Tama
me
ba?
guess. Hello, Karen! Hi,
Ayan.
Karen!
Yes. Sayang, di na kita napag-guess.
Si Karen
Oh, Karen, yeah. Eto naman, you'll be happy to see the next person, Jonah, Teacher Maricar.
Ooh, Teacher Maricar.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
So,
Okay, she's one of our mentors.
yes.
Hi,
Oo.
T.
Guest din natin yan. Pati si Teacher Karen, guest din kita
Oo,
from
yes din
Japan.
niya.
Na-guest ko na nga si KO eh. Oh. Ito, may magtatanong sa atin ha. Wait lang ha, Jonah.
Okay.
Medyo challenging ang question yata nito. Ayan.
Ooh. Reunion? Hi, Mark!
Hello.
Yan ang dapat mo i-guess.
Oo,
my
i-guess ko
God.
yan. Oh.
Yan. Ipag-demo mo yan.
Yes, definitely. Papademo natin yan si Mark, ha?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hi, Mark.
Hello.
Hello, Mark.
Ano ba,
Kamusta?
anong,
Salamat
ano?
at pumayag kang magtanong kay Jonah.
miss ko na yung, ex-boss ko yan eh.
Oy, grabe.
Oo.
Kung ano man
So,
yung tatanong ni Mark, kaya
Yung
niya
tanong ko,
sagutin
ano bang mapapayo mo sa mga parents na papasok sa homeschooling? Tapos,
Yeah.
yung mga parang pro tips when it comes to Singapore, man.
Okay. Hindi ako sure kung may homeschool na Singapore curriculum. But if their homeschool program is a Singapore program, I'm very confident to say that you will be well scaffolded by that program that you will choose. But I've seen some homeschool programs, very limited naman yung knowledge ko about homeschooling. Ang napansin ko lang, yung progression ng topic tsaka ng skills is not as well-paced as, sorry, sobrang avid fan ako ng Singapore curriculum. Hindi siya as well-paced as the Singapore curriculum. For parents who will enter homeschooling, actually, my sister is one of them. Ang lagi ko lang sinasabi sa kanya, number one, invest in materials that your children can touch. Okay? And they don't have to be the most expensive materials na pwede nilang hawakan, pwede nilang i-count, at pwede nilang paglaruan. As simple as, sabi ko nga sa sister ko, yung bottle caps, what do you call that? Yung takip ng mineral, ng bottled water. As simple as that, collect them. One of my bosses also before told me, kahit yung mga bato na meron kayo sa garden, collect that and use that as counters. Yun talaga yung one of the things that I encourage parents to do, especially if their children are in the younger school children. For those naman na medyo matanda na yung kids sila, mga grade 4, grade 5, and perhaps they don't need counters much, ang suggestion ko sa parents is to take it easy. Take it easy. Hindi kailangang marami. Meron akong parent na constantly kausap. I always tell her, you don't have to make your kid do 10 problems a day. Believe me. Just give them one problem a day, kahit nga one problem every other day, and your child will still be as successful. Ganun din. I mean, your child will still be successful kahit isa lang yung gagawin niyang problem. Actually, baka mas magiging successful pa siya as opposed to a stressed child. As opposed to a child na ayaw gawin yung lesson kasi masyadong mahirap or hindi siya interesado sa So,
baka ma-frustrate lang pagka sobrang dami.
Although not to make it sound like Singapore math is so easy, there is also what we call productive struggle in this approach. Again, it's well-intended, intentional na struggle na binibigay sa mga bata. But these struggles are parang kumbaga piniplay out siya para sa mga bata para matuto sila. No? And so that they're able to challenge themselves. Actually, si Mark is yan sa mga pinakamagagaling nating teachers sa...
Oo naman.
Tama?
Kaya magaling yung anak kong panganay din, no?
Oo.
Naging teacher niya si
Dumaan sa akin yun.
Dumaan kay Mark. Oo. Oo. So, yeah, nasagot ba Mark yung question mo ni Jonah?
Nasagot. I think marami matutulungan yung yung sagot ni Ma'am Jonah.
Tama.
Bakit?
Yan. Mark, baka gusto mo silang, alam ko, maraming nanonood ngayon. May vlog itong si Mark
Oh,
full vlog
yeah.
Ano nga yung Baka
Food
you
vlog.
take this chance also to invite. Yes, to si Jeremy.
Follow us, eatsplorations.com sa website namin, and Eatsplorations, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. May TikTok na rin kami.
Wow! May TikTok. Galing, ha?
Mga
Ayos yan.
recipes.
So Explorations, no? May S,
Yes.
tama ba?
May S, Eatsplorations.
Yeah.
Salamat,
Mark,
Jonah. Salamat, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Mark,
Mark.
salamat, ha?
Thank you.
Salamat, Mark. Bye-bye. Maraming salamat sa iyo.
Bye.
Ayan.
May special
Ayan.
appearance.
Oo, may special Ay, basahin muna natin. Dami kasi nagtatanong dito. Maraming natutuwa sa a lot of people are learning, no? Ayan, si Miss Bibe. Wow, be right back na lang po ako. I like the topic. Though narinig ko na to, pero I find this easier to understand. Explaining in natural language. Yes. Totoo yun. Gusto ko yun. Sinabi niya na. SL Serrano, good evening. Marive Lopez Gomez, good evening to you. Si Jans Joaquin, hi Teacher Jonah. Question, are there key skills that math teachers should possess or develop to effectively teach Singapore math? Gandang question yan for teachers.
Yeah.
Okay. One is, I guess more than the key skills is the right mindset. But of course, there are key skills. One is, kailangan alam mo yung tinuturo mo. And that's what I've invested on over the years. When I started teaching grade 3, inaral ko ng mabuti yung grade 3. I taught grade 3 for 2 consecutive years. And then, I moved to grade 6, inaral ko ng mabuti yung grade 6. And then, grade 5 ako, inaral ko mabuti yung grade 5. I guess that's one skill. First, you need to know what you are teaching. Other skills is really the skill of, or the art of questioning, which you will also learn over the years. Every day lang, you have to make a deliberate decision every day na ipapractice ko yung pagko-question ko. Because in a math classroom, the teacher, instead of giving off information, the teacher is really the one asking questions. Because I guess in this kind of setup, you want children to have ownership of their learning. You want the realization from them na, it was me who discovered this for myself. And we want children to win in our classrooms. We want children to get out of our classroom feeling na, hey, I learned something meaningful or relevant today. But like what I said, the skills, you will learn that over the years. You will discover being creative, matututunan yan over the years. But my request for the teachers is to also have the right mindset. No, to also have the right mindset when you're teaching. Because normally what our mindset is, lalabas tayo ng classroom na ibang students ko nakuha nila, yung iba hindi. Let's have a different mindset and an approach, and believe that each child in our classroom will learn, and they will learn better. Yun, I guess it's a big help if the mindset is correct when you're teaching.
Tama. Matutuwa si Jeremy dyan. Kasi Jeremy is the Mr. Master Mindset. Yan. He loves mga master mindset. Yung favorite niya yung topic na yan. So, ang dami pa dito. Gusto kong pasadahan lahat, Jeremy. I want to show the... Ayan. Leia Sampaga, good evening. Ito from Clint. Hi, Teacher Jonah. Miss you.
Hi, Clint.
Si Eunice Cruz. Proud of you, Jonah.
Oh, hi,
Yeah.
Eunice. Eunice is my college friend. Hello. She's also a
Okay.
teacher.
Yes. Si Gerald, Eustaquio.
Gerald
Oh,
is also,
I
used to be
think
my colleague.
oo, inabutan ko ba in the
Yeah,
after,
yeah,
wala
yeah.
na yata. Hi po, watching from Cavite. Dami ko po natutunan kay teacher.
Really, Gerald? That's one teacher that you should also invite in your...
Yes. Humanda ka na. Hihingi ako ng leads kay Jonah na mga bibiktamin namin ni Jeremy dito.
Right, right.
Ayan. Ayan, yung palagi nanonood din sa atin si Miss Yem Castaneda. Good evening. Yan, watching from OLWS. Si Bianca. Max Mark. Okay. Conray Arnigo, mga Lodi pala ang guests. Hello, Teacher Mark and Teacher Jonah.
Mga friends ko lang ate nanonood.
Okay. Didi Tutang. Watching because Singapore math. Oh, wow. Oh,
Hello.
thanks for watching, Miss Didi Tutang. Yeah. Ferdeline. Hi, Teacher Jonah. Anong age advisable to start learning Singapore math? Oh, yeah, Jonah.
Okay. Well, yung Singapore na curriculum, na math curriculum, really starts at grade 1. But they also have a textbook for kinder. Yeah. So we can always start children young naman, but also parents and teachers keep in mind that children will be successful in learning if they are developmentally ready to learn. So example, kahit na sobrang talino ng anak mo at 2 years old, if your child is not developmentally ready to learn multiplication, kahit na magbigay ka ng it will not be as successful as when you present the learning opportunity when they are ready to learn.
So you're saying ba, Jonah, na halimbawa ang bata ay may skill, okay? Magaling na sila sa math. You see them at makikita mo na at a very young age. Pero hindi pa sila ready. You mean ba na pagka binigay mo na sa kanila at a later age, and because mahilig naman talaga sila, they will be able to catch up and still be able to be successful learners? Parang ganun ba?
Yes. Yung ginagamit nating curriculum, this curriculum that we're talking about, it's not about advancing students if they are already, sa terms ng mga teachers, if they are already advanced. What you do, you enrich their learning. Yun nga, parang instead of giving more, you challenge them to giving more problems, you challenge them to find different ways to solve a particular problem. Kasi, what do you call this? Hindi rin siya, eventually, students rather, or children, they will not find meaning to what they're doing. So, wala ring point. Remember, we want to make learning fun. This is not just, this is not just a common saying among teachers and educators. Learning should really be fun. I remember I heard someone say before, children who are happy, they tend to learn better than children who are not happy or who are not engaged. So, yun din yung gusto nating ingatan in teaching our children.
Yeah, tama yun. Kami ni Jeremy, we learn better when we're busog.
Same here.
May babati pa. Si Cheryl Roldan. Jonah. Yan. Sabi ni Doan Food, forte natin. Cheryl Roldan, thank you, Teacher Jonah. So helpful.
Oh, thank you.
Si Wevelyn. Good evening. Yem Castaneda. Singapore math is used in Bangkok schools. Oh, interesting, no?
Yeah.
Sabi naman ni Yons, watching from DepEd, Isabella. Hi, Yons. So, salamat. You're always watching. Si Cheryl Rodan, great tips. Thank you. Didi Tuta, so nice. We want the children to win. Galing talaga. Tama yon. I like what she said, no?
Yeah.
Hi, Ninang Jonah. May inaanak ka rito.
Hello.
Si Maria Carissa Fernandez. Go, Jonah.
Oh, hi, Isa.
Ayan.
She's also a colleague.
Ito. Sheila Morello, how can we implement Singapore math strategies now that we are going online? Very good question, no?
Yeah.
Yung idea lang na less is more. You can start with that. Actually, kasi yung maraming guiding principles yung Singapore math, teachers rather can be quite overwhelmed if we present all at the same time. But when I said less is more, you can start with that, especially if you're starting from a totally different approach. So what do I mean by less is more? Instead of having children do many mathematical problems in one session, make them do one. Make them do one. Pigain nyo sila as much as possible. Make them talk. Make them talk about what strategies they learn, what the strategies they use. Make them evaluate their strategy and their classmate strategy. Make them compare kung anong mas magandang strategy. Make them write about their strategy. So, maraming, like what Teacher Jeff said a while ago, hindi lang yung numeracy yung tina-target ng curriculum, but also also important skills that children should learn.
Wow, thank you,
So,
Jonah.
I just have a question, Jonah. So you have your offline tools, right? The offline tools could be the bottle caps, the pebbles, right? So what could be online tools to somehow augment or maybe to shift the focus a little bit more, make it more interesting, I guess, because we are in the digital age.
Yeah,
So,
okay. Now, marami ng free online manipulatives that you can use. Hold on. Ano bang, wait lang meron ako nakita recently. It's a pool of resources. I just don't remember what. Kasi hindi ko pa to nagagamit. Hindi ko pa siya masyadong na-explore. But you will find, but there are a lot of free resources online. Let me just find it. Parang something like brain. Wait.
Yan, habang hinahanap ni Jonah,
Sorry.
okay lang. Ayan, si Meg Trinidad sabi, go Jonah.
Oh,
Yan.
hi, Meg.
Sabi naman ni Carissa Fernandez, Jonah is truly a great teacher, a great mentor. We love her.
Oh, wow. You're so kind, sweetheart. Thank you.
If you haven't shared the video, do share now. Pag umabot, nasa 38 na tayo, pag umabot ng 50 shares na to, imbitahin ko Jonah. Jonah, mag-demo ka na sa susunod, ha?
Oh my God. Si Mark naman next.
Oo.
Diba? Ano ba yung ginamit? Wait lang. May sinabi siya sa akin.
Yeah.
Actually, I got this from a parent. Sinabi lang niya sa akin, it's called Braining Camp. It's called Braining Camp. I just don't know if this is free to a certain extent only kasi may mga resources na ganyan.
Ayan. Sabi ni Kathleen Mabulay, Braining Camp, Teacher Jonah.
Yeah, there, yun. Yeah. It's a pool of, you will find 10 squares. Mm-hmm. It's just really a 10's frame pala. So, ano lang siya, it's really a frame with 10 holes in it that will help children count 1 to 10, do addition, ganyan. Meron din mga tinatawag na base 10 blocks, but again, virtual or digital. Meron ding mga weighing scale and balance scale, meron for the clock, meron for many others. My suggestion to the teachers, this is also what I'm doing now. I explore. Tinuturuan ko yung sarili ko gumamit. Yun, so.
It's free now till June 30.
Hanggang June 30 lang.
That one. Yeah.
So buy it for you.
What's the difference between, I mean, parang, is it an alternative to manipulatives? Parang ganun ba siya?
Is it an alternative? Well, pwede rin, actually. Okay. I guess because specifically for children, kasi now, they are more engaged to do things when it makes use of a gadget. Diba? Pag gagamitan mo siya sa computer mo or sa iPad mo. But I guess the trick is really to balance it, especially for our younger kids.
Yeah.
Balance talaga. I agree. Ito, basahin natin sabi ni Cheryl Roldan. What a treat to have Teacher Jonah share tonight. I feel confident to teach math this year. Wow, ha?
Well, thank you, Ate.
Ito pa, kaibigan nating isa, si Mox, no?
Wow.
Jonah is the best math teacher. Also from UANP, Jeremy. Yan, si Mox. Si Didi, watching Teacher Mox. Sorry, okay. Ayan nga, Braining Camp. Yan, okay. Alam mo, ang bilis ng oras Ang dami kong natutunan I learned what I like best is the use of natural language. I like that, no? Mas siguro baka mas magkaintindihan na kami. Hindi ko nagagamitin yung carry. Masyado ako nasanay sa carry. Tsaka hindi na divide. Di ba? Divide. 8 divided by 2. Yeah. How about you, Jeremy? What are your pointers?
Well, for me, I just had an epiphany. I guess I now have a greater appreciation for math.
Okay.
Especially how it's tied in with other subjects. So it's just like what you said earlier, and just like what Jonah mentioned. It's not compartmentalized. So the appreciation is even, and it's consolidated into one whole learning experience. It's not just a snippet of things, right?
All right. Yes, tama. So, parang ngayon, parang I want to learn math again, ano? Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to make some announcements, no, before we all leave, no. We have a free demo class naman this coming June. Google ano naman yan? Google Classroom, yan. Demo June 13, no? Meron pa rin tayong upcoming demos. Ayan, this coming June din yan. Dami nating demo classes this June. And ito, next week, ito yung mga guests natin. Si Jonah yung ating opener. Yan, kasi kailangan, pag opening ng liga, kailangan may muse Yan. So, siya ng opener natin. Ito mga guests natin this week, ha? Puro international naman tayo next week, ha? Nelson Masinde will teach us communication for teachers, no? Especially in remote learning. Kaizen in the classroom naman, improvement in the classroom, si Rodel Angkot. Si Adi Gutierrez, teacher ng Teachers Reinvention and Evolution, early childhood educator siya. Ito naman, we have 3 teachers. Okay, trio sila. They will teach us their strategies. May math, may science, may communication yata. And for the school leaders out there, watch out for this. No, we have Alpha Sanford. She's a district school leader. She's going to talk about the mindset, no? Conscious leadership. Yan. So it's very nice, no? So overtime na tayo. Ang dami pang gusto magtanong actually, ha? Ayan na, pumasok na. Ito, from Japan also. Okay? Ayan. Si Keio.
Hi, Keio.
Ayan. So lahat kasi nung ini-interview ko dito, nilalagay ko sa isang Facebook group, no? So magkakasama na tayo ni Keio dyan. So kaka-start lang ng group, so i-add ko na tayong lahat. Anyway, it was really a fun night, Jonah. Ang dami naming natutunan. Thank you very much. Sana maulit. And I will invite you to something, okay? I will send you a message. All right, Jonah, maraming salamat sa iyo, ha? I'll send you a message after this. All right. Bye-bye. Jeremy, it was a wonderful night, no? Grabe, ang daming natuto, no? Ang daming nag-message dito, ang daming nag-share. Yan, no? So, well, it's another night. So we have to say good night, no? And we'll see them again on Wednesday. Yeah, with Nelson Masinde. All right. So yeah. All right. Goodbye to everyone. Dinner na tayo, ha? Okay. Tomorrow's GCQ, pero please, if you can stay home, just stay home, ha? G doesn't mean gala, ha? Okay? Still stay safe. All right. Bye. Jeremy, good night.
All right, Jeff. Good night.